The Supreme Court has now agreed to take on former President Donald Trump's immunity case, casting doubt on whether this case will go to trial before this year's election.
Fox 5's Robert Moses joins us now. Robert, the former president has a lot of legal cases. Which one is this?
Boy, that's an understatement. This is the trial in Washington surrounding his efforts to overturn the 2020 election. You know, so far, former President Donald Trump's legal strategy has been to try and run out the clock. At least on this front, he appears to have succeeded. The Supreme Court has scheduled arguments for the week of April 22nd into whether former President Donald Trump is immune from being prosecuted for his role in trying to overturn the results of the 2020 election. Calling yesterday's decision momentous, Hofstra professor James Sample said that even if the High Court rules that former President Trump is not immune, the former president probably still benefits.
This decision makes it extraordinarily unlikely that the D.C. January 6th insurrection case against Mr. Trump will go forward prior to the election.
That is hardly the former president's only legal headache. Yesterday, Judge Tracy Porter in Cook County, Illinois, ordered the former president to be removed from the state's primary ballot, quote, based on engaging in insurrection on January 6, 2021. A campaign spokesman called the ruling by the Democratic judge unconstitutional and vowed to appeal. Early voting is already underway for the March 19th primary in Illinois, which became the most populous state to try and kick former President Trump off its primary ballot. Colorado and Maine earlier did the same. The Illinois decision was stayed until tomorrow, which means his name stays on Illinois' ballot at least until then. Here in New York, Judge Anil Singh, a Democrat, refused to halt the collection of the former president's full $454 million penalty in his civil fraud trial while he appeals. Singh ruled the former president needs to post a bond covering the full amount, not a $100 million bond as he had sought. But the judge did pause a 3-year ban imposed on him seeking loans from banks in New York, which could help him borrow money to pay the full amount. If the former president cannot pay, Attorney General Letitia James could move to seize his properties. And speaking of the judge in that case, Arthur Engoron, an envelope addressed to Engoron containing white powder arrived yesterday at the courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Preliminary testing showed that it was not hazardous and there were no injuries reported. Tashani and Dan, back to you.
All right, Robert, thank you very much.